Hi, I'm Erin Murphy, and I play Tabitha on Bewitched from 1966 to 1972. I was Darren and Samantha Stevens' child for 6 seasons and a total of 108 episodes. Bewitched was a very sophisticated sitcom with clever stories and a talented ensemble cast led by the incomparable Elizabeth Montgomery, Dick York, Agnes Moorehead, and later Dick Sargent. Behind the scenes, driving the show was the force of nature, William Asher, or as I call him, Uncle Bill. The show was home for a lot of people, so today I'm going to show you the places we called home during the run of the show. Here we are at the legendary Warner Brothers Ranch, home to the beloved 1164 Morning Glory Circle, my television home for 6 years. We're going to take an inside look at the Stevens house, the street, and the fun facts that people rarely get to see. So join me now as we take a stroll down memory lane. Here we are at the Warner Brothers Ranch in Burbank, California, the site of many famous films and television series. The ranch was home to such memorable shows as The Flying Nun, Father Knows Best, Dennis the Menace, The Partridge Family, and Gidget. But let's go take a closer look at the street that the Bewitched house calls home. The ranch has many famous backlot streets used in countless movies and television shows. The Bewitched house was filmed on Blondie Street, where several memorable homes reside. Through the years, all the homes seen here have been used in a variety of different productions and may look quite familiar. 1164 Morning Glory Circle was also used in I Dream of Jeannie, Charlie's Angels, and The Wonder Years. But the most magical memory of this home is without a doubt the Stevens home in Westport, Connecticut.
1164 Morning Glory Circle, isn't it nice? It's filthy.
This exterior was built in the 1930s and redesigned to be the charming Cape Cod it became for Bewitched. The show first aired in 1964, and the house makes its debut in Season 1's episode, Be It Ever So Mortgaged, where Darren and Samantha decide to buy the home that would be theirs for the next 8 seasons. This, however, is not the original front door, but I can show you where it is. Right next door. What you may not know is this is only the facade of the home used to shoot the exteriors. Because of Bewitched's undying popularity, the house has been maintained and refurbished. But it almost didn't make it. An episode of Tim Allen's Home Improvement called for the house to catch on fire in the 1990s. But luckily, the studio's carpenters repaired the main structure and needed to make only minor repairs to the front facade. You might notice some minor changes, such as the windows and the color of the shutters. The awning has also been removed. The only major change is the skyline behind the home, where 2 skyscrapers can now be seen. That house over there should look familiar. This was home to Gladys Kravitz, played by Alice Pierce and later Sandra Gould, and Abner Kravitz, played by George Tobias.
Peace and tranquility.
They're the Stevens' colorful neighbors.
Death.
What you may not know is the Kravitz house is actually around the corner, not right across the street. But that didn't stop Gladys from spying on the Stevens, always suspicious that something strange was going on.
Come take a look, Abner.
Leave me alone. I'm retired.
This is the same house that was later used in the Partridge Family. You can just imagine the family on that driveway practicing their songs. To the left of the Bewitched house is another home that frequented the show. It was used as Mrs. Parsons' home, as well as Pleasure O'Reilly's home, the Stevens' sexy neighbor. The homes share more than a street, however. They have an intertwining history as well. The Partridge Family starred Danny Bonaducci as Danny Partridge, but he also guest starred in 2 episodes of Bewitched, Going Ape and A Bunny for Tabitha.
Robert, it isn't polite to punch Annabelle in the stomach.
Where should I punch her?
These kids could scare a tribe of headhunters.
Another fun example is the house to the right of the Stevens home was Gidget's home. And Paul Lynde, the beloved Uncle Arthur on Bewitched, also appeared in a Gidget episode. Sally Field's character Gidget refers to Elizabeth in one of her episodes, reverently calling her the bewitching Liz Montgomery. Gidget also had a Samantha doll on her dresser in her bedroom. Standing out here in front of the Bewitched house, you can just imagine Darren coming home from work, greeted by Samantha or Tabitha creating some mischief. But like I mentioned earlier, this street was just used for the home's exterior. The interior of the show took place in Hollywood's Sunset Gower Studios. So come with me as we continue our magical journey.
Well, I'm glad to see you got yourself cleaned up.
That was pretty dirty work.
You can say that again. Come here. Let's stop simmering and start boiling.
Here we are at the historic Sunset Gower Studios in Hollywood, California. It was the original Columbia Picture Studios made famous with the help of legendary filmmaker Frank Capra. The actual backlot changed hands a few times and became Sunset Gower Studios in the 1970s, as the location is right at the corner of Sunset Boulevard and Gower Street. And in 1964, Stage 3 became the inside of the Stevens home. While the adult actors had trailers on set, my dressing room was right up there, perfect for taking naps. One of the most interesting things about filming Bewitched in two separate locations is the attention to detail the production team took in matching the interior to the exterior. The show took great pains in making sure the design of Stage 3 looked exactly as it would if the house on the Warner Brothers ranch had been real, making the continuity seamless.
Would you like to have your lawn mowed, ma'am?
Darren, there's a boy here. Do you want the lawn mowed?
Tell him no thanks. It has to be reseeded.
I can reseed it if you tell me how.
If I knew how, I'd do it myself.
Now the stage is home to several famous airplanes from a variety of films and television shows. While the show was mostly filmed here in California, there are a few special episodes in Season 7 where the show went to historical Salem, Massachusetts. And what better place for a show about a witch to go? Home to the famous Salem witch trials of 1692, the production team took the show on the road in 1970 for 4 episodes, setting the town buzzing. People from the town of Salem came out to watch the filming, and all were struck by Elizabeth Montgomery's kindness and friendliness as she interacted with them. The episodes feature authentic Salem locations and authentic Bewitched moments. The show didn't originally have plans to go to Salem. However, when a fire broke out on the stage, ruining the kitchen set, they decided to travel to Salem while the stage was being repaired. In June of 2005, TV Land erected a statue of Elizabeth Montgomery as Samantha Stevens in Lappin Park in Salem. While the statue caused a bit of a controversy, most agreed it was more of a testament to the pop culture significance of Bewitched and the fond memories the residents had for Elizabeth Montgomery. Being on Bewitched was a magical time in my childhood. From my very first episode, Nobody's Perfect. While I always separated reality from television, my Bewitched co-stars were truly a second family for me. Thank you for joining me here today on 2 different sides of Hollywood, each filled with Bewitched history. One in a soundstage and one on a street that doesn't really exist, except in the magic of television.
For better, for worse, remember, in sickness or in health, till jail do us part.